Welcome to yet another episode of The Social Connection. It's your program about social media news, the trends you talked about, the videos you shared, and what new changes the social media companies offered for its users. My name is Venkatraman, and with me is Preeti Tiwari.
Thank you, Venkat. Welcome everyone. In this edition, we'll take you through the top trends, latest news and everything that kept the social media platform busy. But first up, let's take a look at what we have in store for you in this edition.
Digital imaging reveals oldest biblical text since Dead Sea Scrolls.
Traffic police in Hyderabad city to use body-worn cameras for smart policing.
Twitter ban in Turkey to be lifted after images of bomb attack removed.
Israel Antiquities Authority showcases a rare scroll which they say is the most ancient and one of the most important ever found in excavations in the country. The scroll, which was discovered 45 years ago, was completely burnt out, but by using innovative technology, the authority said it unveiled its content without opening the scroll. More details in this report.
Israeli archaeologists had discerned biblical writing on a charred 1500-year-old parchment with the help of digital imaging and described the text as the oldest found since the Dead Sea Scrolls. US and Israeli researchers made the discovery using advanced medical and digital technology to examine the object, first unearthed 45 years ago when then-stand forensics could not decipher any script on the scroll. Curator at the Israel Antiquities Authority Nina Shore said this is a really big discovery. She said it had been the most significant find of an ancient Bible since the Dead Sea Scrolls, referring to hundreds of ancient texts found in the late 1940s near the shores of the Inland Sea for whom the scrolls were named.
We need to compare this material with, on the one hand, the Dead Sea Scrolls, which are a few centuries younger, okay, at least 4 centuries, if not younger, 6 centuries, and with the Aleppo Codex, which is 4 centuries later. Okay, so in that sense, it's unbelievable. It's like, and this is why, you know, I said with all the excitement of working with these Dead Sea Scrolls, this was like astonishing.
Scientists estimate that the Dead Sea Scrolls, widely considered the oldest written biblical fragments ever found, date to between the 3rd century BC and 70 AD. The scroll presented on Monday was uncovered in 1970 at Ein Gedi, about 40 kilometers south of the caves of Qumran, where the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered. Archaeologist Seifi Porat said the scroll dated to around the year 600 and turned up inside the remains of an ancient synagogue, which he chanced upon while exploring ceramic tiles at the beachside site. At the time it was found, forensics technology then used to analyze ancient finds could not discern any writing on the badly charred scroll, he said. But a few years ago, he sought more help from Israeli experts handling the Dead Sea Scrolls. Shore said Merkle Technologies, an Israeli company specializing in high-tech medical equipment, helped in deciphering by providing micro-CT scanning. These findings were sent to Brent Seals, a computer expert at the University of Kentucky in Lexington. Seals said he used digital imaging software to virtually unwrap the scroll and visualize its text, discerning what experts said were the first 8 verses of the Bible's Old Testament book of Leviticus. Shore said more research was needed to determine the full extent of text on the scroll and what lessons it might hold for biblical scholars. But she said the findings had already turned out to be far more significant than anticipated. Traffic police in Hyderabad city procure body-worn cameras under a smart policing initiative to reduce crimes and to improve police-public interface. The move, an effort to improve transparency in policing and to elicit desirable behavior among the public, comes in the backdrop of increasing allegations of bribery against the police in the city. We bring you a report.
Traffic police in Hyderabad city procure body-worn cameras under a smart policing initiative to reduce crimes and to improve police-public interface. Under the initiative brought about by the state government, traffic police officers would use sophisticated GPRS-enabled body-worn cameras, which would record exchanges with the public. The move, an effort to improve transparency in policing and to elicit desirable behavior among the public, comes in the backdrop of increasing allegation of bribery against police in the city.
इससे हम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि पब्लिक इंटरफेस इम्प्रूव होगा, बिहेवियर ऑफ पब्लिक इम्प्रूव होगा, बिहेवियर ऑफ ट्रैफिक कॉप्स इम्प्रूव होगा और इससे डिजायरेबल, हम लोग इसको बोलते हैं डिजायरेबल बिहेवियर रहेगा, डिजायरेबल इंटरफेस रहेगा पुलिस और पब्लिक में और शिकायतें कम होंगी, केसेस ऑफ असॉल्ट कम होंगे, ये सब फ़ायदे होंगे और एक रिस्पॉन्सिबल पब्लिक फ्रेंडली पुलिसिंग, citizen friendly traffic enforcement and regulation.
Additional Commissioner of Police Traffic in Hyderabad City, Jitendra, said high-resolution audio visuals will be recorded in the camera and stored in a memory card, and this should clear the air on several allegations levelled on traffic police in Hyderabad and in other cities. However, people were cautious about the effect the initiative could have on police behaviour and public-police relationship.
I think it will have some kind of effect, but I don't think it's not going to be a phenomenal change. Traffic, I don't think it's going to change much in traffic conditions, but taking the bribes thing, yeah, it's going to be just a little bit of effect on that.
Police said the installation is expected to be launched soon. The policing initiative comes as a part of series of moves to make Hyderabad a smart city ever since the new government came to power in Telangana in 2014.
Turkey will soon lift its ban on Twitter after the microblogging site removed images of a suicide bomb attack. Several internet service providers blocked access to Twitter in line with a local court ruling to prevent the distribution of images of the attack, which took place near the Syrian border earlier this week. Here's a report.
A senior official told news agency Reuters that the access to the website Twitter in Turkey will resume soon after the microblogging site removed images relating to a suicide bomb attack blamed on Islamic State. Several internet service providers blocked access to Twitter in line with a local court ruling to prevent the distribution of images of the attack on Monday in the southeastern town of Suruk near the Syrian border. Shops in Suruk opened for the first time since the blast at a culture center that killed 32 people and wounded nearly 100 others. The blast tore through a group of university-age students led by the Federation of Socialist Youth Associations as they gathered in Suruk ahead of a planned trip to help rebuild the nearby Syrian Kurdish town of Kobani. Well, we are heading for a short commercial break, friends. We have lots of interesting stories coming up, but stay tuned and keep watching DD News.
देश का राष्ट्रीय समाचार चैनल अब आपके मोबाइल फोन पर लाइव। अब खबरें कभी भी कहीं भी देखिए। प्रमुख वीडियोस, ताजा खबरें और लगातार न्यूज अपने मोबाइल फोन पर आज ही डाउनलोड करें डीडी न्यूज मोबाइल ऐप। एंड्रॉइड प्ले स्टोर पर जाएं, डीडी न्यूज सर्च करें, ऐप को अपने फोन पर डाउनलोड करें और रहें हर पल खबरों के साथ। डीडी न्यूज, केवल खबर, पूरी खबर।
कौन जाने कब क्या होगा? मॉनसून का मिलेगा साथ या दिखाएगा बेरुखी? बादल गरजेंगे या बरसेंगे भी? ना हो परेशान, चूंकि हम बताएंगे बदलते मौसम के पल पल का हाल। देखिए मौसम खबर सोमवार से शनिवार सुबह 8:30 पर।
डीडी किसान, बदलते भारत की शान।
सुर्खियों की भीड़ में अहम खबरें, असल मुद्दे जो डालते हैं आपकी जिंदगी पर असर। दिन भर की हर बड़ी खबर का बेबाक विश्लेषण, सच, सटीक, संपूर्ण। न्यूज नाइट, सोमवार से शुक्रवार रात 8 से 10 बजे सिर्फ डीडी न्यूज पर।
Welcome back. You must be familiar with the top trending topics of the week, but here's a quick wrap of the trends that rule the different social media platforms.
Supermodel and actor Milind Soman completed toughest triathlon in the world. The Bollywood actor just made the country proud by successfully completing the Ironman triathlon held in Zurich, Switzerland last week. The triathlon is considered one of the world's toughest races and had 2,000 participants, which included 7 Indians. The triathlon includes a 3.8-kilometer swim, a 180-kilometer cycle ride and another 42.2-kilometer run raced in that order without a break, which the participants are required to complete within 16 hours to win the title of Ironman. 50-year-old Milind Soman completed the triathlon in 15 hours and 19 minutes. Ahalya, a short film directed by Sujoy Ghosh, was released on YouTube this week. According to several reviews, the Bengali English film adds a supernatural and feminist twist to the traditional Ramayana tale. This was a trending topic as the movie focuses on feminism and is considered as an epic thriller. Ahalya stars Soumitra Chatterjee, Radhika Apte and Tota Roy Chaudhary. After the release of her short film, actress Radhika Apte said, "The experimentation with the look is also like that. The way she walks and sits, I'm happy it has paid off." Many celebrities and critics also expressed their views on the film. The 16th anniversary of the Kargil War was observed throughout the nation this week. Prime Minister in his tweet remembered and saluted heroes of Kargil War. Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar paid tribute to Kargil heroes at Amar Jawan Jyoti on the anniversary of Vijay Divas in New Delhi. Armed Forces chiefs also paid tribute to the martyrs of the Kargil War along with the Defence Minister. Marking the 16th anniversary of India's victory in Kargil War, Army chiefs said that Indian Army won't allow another Kargil to happen. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also held the 10th edition of his Mann Ki Baat this week, in which he shared his thoughts on a variety of issues. PM Modi's Mann Ki Baat was shared and liked by many on different social media sites. NASA's space telescope Kepler has discovered planets similar to Earth in the Milky Way, according to the agency reports. NASA said this week that the Earth-like planet named Kepler 452b orbits a star similar to Earth's Sun over the course of 385 days. It is located 1,400 light-years away from the Earth. This made Kepler a trending topic on different social media sites. NASA's Kepler mission confirmed about the first near-Earth-sized planet in the habitable zone around a Sun-like star. The images and news were also shared by people throughout the week. Prime Minister Narendra Modi kick-started the campaign for NDA in poll-going state Bihar on Saturday. On his maiden visit to Bihar after assuming power, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that politics had hampered the development of the state and promised to give more than Rs 50,000 crore special packages to the poll-bound state. Chief Minister Nitish Kumar also welcomed, saying, "We are grateful that after 14 months, Modi ji finds time to visit Bihar as we get ready to hear more promises from our Prime Minister." Both the leaders inaugurated several projects at a function in Patna.
Inspired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's dream of a digital India, a tea seller in Vadodara city is providing free Wi-Fi facility at his shop. The free internet service has led to Bagul's popularity in the area and a surge in his business. Have a look at this.
Inspired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's dream of a digital India, a tea seller in the Vadodara city of Gujarat is providing free Wi-Fi facility at his shop. Scores of people visit Sanjay Bagul's Om Sai Tea Centre every day to enjoy tea and browse free internet. Bagul, who is in the tea business for 35 years, said he was inspired by Prime Minister's Digital India campaign, which was launched on 1st July.
ये प्रेरणा मुझे मोदी साहब से मिली हुई है। जो मोदी साहब ने जो डिजिटल इंडिया बनाने का जो सपना देखा हुआ है, उससे मैं भी एक प्रेरणा लिया है और उसी हिसाब से मैंने काम किया हुआ है। लोगों को सुविधा मिले, लोगों को जो नई जनरेशन है उनको उसका लाभ मिले, क्या ये हेतु से मैंने ये काम शुरू किया है सर।
India is reinvigorating an $18 billion campaign to provide fast internet connections for all and is aiming to popularize Prime Minister Modi's Digital India campaign promise to connect 250,000 villages in India by 2019. The free internet service has led to Bagul's popularity in the area and a surge in his business. People visiting Bagul's tea stall are more than happy to avail the free service.
इन्होंने जो वाईफाई चालू किया है तो बहुत ही अच्छी चीज़ है ये, और दोस्तों को मिलना होता है, अपना खुद का काम हो जाता है, और इंटरनेट से जो हमारा जो दूसरा जो बिलिंग है या एक्स्ट्रा कुछ काम है तो हम आराम से यहाँ बैठे बैठे दोस्तों के साथ बैठ के बातचीत करके और ये इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं।
On 4th July, Pachgaon in India's western state of Maharashtra became the first village in the country to avail Wi-Fi connection free of cost. The government's push for technology, which plans to provide electronic governance and universal phone connectivity across the country, aims to bridge India's digital divide, bringing in large investments in technology manufacturing.
Don't go anywhere as we are heading for a short commercial break. We have another lot of interesting stories coming up. Stay tuned to DD News.
देश का राष्ट्रीय समाचार चैनल अब आपके मोबाइल फोन पर लाइव। अब खबरें कभी भी कहीं भी देखिए प्रमुख वीडियोस, ताजा खबरें और लगातार न्यूज अपने मोबाइल फोन पर। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डीडी न्यूज मोबाइल ऐप। एंड्रॉयड प्ले स्टोर पर जाएं, डीडी न्यूज सर्च करें, ऐप को अपने फोन पर डाउनलोड करें और रहें हर पल खबरों के साथ। डीडी न्यूज, केवल खबर, पूरी खबर।
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज की रेस से हटकर
खबरें कुछ अच्छी भी हैं,
खबरें जो बढ़ाएंगी हौसला और विश्वास,
उम्मीद भरी खबरें जो लाएंगी मुस्कान। गुड न्यूज इंडिया।
तस्वीरें जो बयां करती हैं हकीकत, हालात जिनसे जुड़े हैं आपके जज्बात, जुनून जो बदल सकता है देश की तस्वीर, खबरें जो आपके लिए जानना है जरूरी। खबर दिन भर हर शाम 5 बजे सिर्फ डीडी न्यूज पर।
Well, to bring you some more news from the international arena now, 2 Nigerian teenagers have created a mobile web browsing application known as Crocodile Browser Lite. They said this browser is faster and more easily accessible on lower-end phones commonly available in Africa and other developing countries. We bring you more in this report now.
Anesi and Osin are teenage brothers living in Lagos in Nigeria. Like many children of their age, they spend a lot of time on social media and browsing the net. But the 2 boys decided to do much more. They developed their own browser known as Crocodile Browser Lite.
I had like a small phone at the time when we started learning how to code, and Google Chrome, that was like the main browser on the phone, and it wasn't really functional for me. So I decided to make something that can work for myself.
Anesi and Osin taught themselves how to code when they were 12 and 14 years old, respectively, using free online resources and reading books. Now 16, Onesi says they're also motivated by a desire to help people and are passionate about developing the IT industry in Nigeria.
I just want to solve problems that people have to make people's life easier and better.
Industry analysts have long hailed the explosive growth of mobile telecoms in sub-Saharan Africa. 635 million subscribers by the end of 2014, climbing to 930 million by the end of 2019, which was revealed by a report of Ericsson. But size isn't everything. Development in the mobile and IT sectors depends on the quality of those mobile phone connections, subscriptions, and surrounding infrastructure. The number of expensive smartphones that can run sophisticated games and applications is low. Anesi and Osin see it as an opportunity for new innovative technology. They say Crocodile Browser Lite is faster than more conventional browsers like Google's Chrome and can be supported on lower-end phones common across Africa. Crocodile Browser Lite is available on Google Play Store and has so far received 40,000 downloads. Despite their early success, Program Manager at Google in Nigeria, C. Afikbo, cautions that Anesi and Osin need to further improve their browser if it is to become more globally competitive.
People obviously out of curiosity want to have a feel of the browser and know what it's like. You know, this is going to obviously drive a lot of downloads at the initial stage. However, I would like to take this opportunity to you know, pass a message on to the people, the boys who build this browser, that, you know, they should keep working on it and keep improving it, so that even beyond this stage where there's a lot of publicity around it, you know, people will then get hooked on the browser because it's either superior or there's something it does especially well, and that makes them use it beyond this hype, quote-unquote, stage.
Anesi is about to graduate from secondary school and is hoping to go abroad to further his education in IT. Both brothers have developed a fan base among their friends and schoolmates.
They see me as this smart billionaire entrepreneur kid, not knowing I don't make any money from this, and I'm just the same as they are. There's nothing special about me.
However, their teachers believe it's Anesi and Osin's work ethic that sets them apart.
They are very inquisitive. I teach one of them, the younger one is in my class, and he's very, very good, very agile, answers questions and does a lot of research work.
Anesi and Osin began their coding journey with the encouragement of both their parents, who introduced them to computers as early as the age of 3. The brothers say their goal is to create IT and mobile solutions for social problems that affect people not just in Africa, but in developing countries around the world.
Well, it's time to see all the feedback that you sent in on our Twitter, Facebook and YouTube handles.
Well friends, this is the end of our show. Continue sending in your feedback, comments as you have been on ddnews.com at gmail.com, on our Twitter handle @ddnewslive, our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel.
Well yes, we hope that you enjoyed the show as much as we did in presenting it to you. And before we sign off, we'll leave you with an interesting video. See you again next week. Thank you and goodbye.
31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 44. Crap. Who loses one shoe? No dog today.
Grace, let's do this, baby girl. Say goodbye to the gang.
Elizabeth wants to come too.
Okay, Elizabeth can come, but that's all. Come on.
Sorry, guys.
Pump 7? Sure. That'll be $36. Rewards card? No. Hey, you know what? Give me one of those lottery tickets, too. The big one.
Hi, what's up?
Hey, so I think I'm gonna skip out early and try and catch a few innings of Danny's game.
Oh, I'm sure you'd love that. Hey, what do you want to eat tonight?
Would you eat at Mazzoni's?
Ugh, don't make me.
All right, that's okay. I'm good with whatever.
Mommy, Elizabeth wants some ice cream.
Well, she's a good girl. Maybe we can get some on the way home. Oh, Erin called. She left a message with the other broker.
Okay, so now what?
Now we wait.
Oh, well, don't worry, because we are about to become filthy rich anyway.
Finally.
Yeah, lottery's over $200 million. I got a ticket, so I think we're good.
Oh, why didn't I think of that?
Well, that's what you have me for.
¿Quieres ver tu programa ahora?
No, comienza hasta las 2.
Ok, si me necesitas, entonces voy a estar afuera.
Stupid.
Hey, do you want me to pick anything up?
You know what? I'll leave Mazzoni's. I don't care.
Hey, all right.
Love you.
Love you.
Mommy, I forgot my crystal bracelet.
It's okay, sweetheart. It'll still be there when we get back. Everyone loves the picture I posted of you.
AT&T reminds you, it can wait.